So I'm Ashley Stevens. I'm president of the Focus IP Group, which is actually a one-man consulting company I formed in the end of 2011. Previously, I was director of the Office of Technology Transfer at Boston University for about 17 years. And before that, I was director of technology transfer at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, which is one of the teaching affiliates of the Harvard Medical School. Before that, I spent about 9 years in the biotechnology industry in the Boston area, and I started my career in the industrial chemicals division of the Procter & Gamble company. I have a BA and a DPhil in chemistry from Oxford University, and I'm also a past president of the Association of University Technology Managers, the leading professional association of technology transfer professionals based in the US.
What was your experience like interacting with participants from Indian institutions during this training?
So I think all three of us were very impressed with the quality of the attendees. They were very engaged. They were asking outstanding questions. It's always very gratifying when you're giving a presentation when people ask you a question that you're going to deal with in 2 or 3 slides' time. It shows that they're following your train of thought and thinking ahead, and we were very impressed with that. I've met some of the participants before at STEM and the RTTO network meetings. I was particularly pleased to meet Professor Kashmir Singh, who had written an outstanding review of the state of technology transfer in India for UNIDO as part of this project. And I certainly anticipate collaborating with Professor Singh in the future.
How important is this kind of two-way exchange in global capacity building programs?
Well, I think it's very, very important. We've been doing this in the US for 40 years now, and we've made a lot of mistakes along the way. We've made it up as we went along because it didn't pre-exist. And somebody once said, those who ignore history are destined to repeat it. And one of our hopes is to say, look, here's what we did for this good reason, and it was wrong. Don't go there. We can help people avoid making the same mistakes that we did. And I think technology transfer has the same issues around the globe. If you talk to any director of tech transfer, whether it's in a advanced country or an emerging country, they're going to have the same issues. How do I find the money to pay for patents? How do I find the money to increase the TRL of my technologies so that they're more acceptable to industry? How do I train my people? These issues really are the same around the globe.
Why is a program like this timely and important for Indian R&D institutions? Your views, please.
I first came to India, I think, in 2010 as when I was autumn president to attend the STEM meeting. And I thought, boy, it's going to be great to go to a gathering of tech transfer people from a country of 1.6 billion people. And I was kind of surprised that as we were going to the meeting, which was north of Delhi, the cab driver didn't know where the hotel was. I thought, sure, they're going to need a very big hotel for this. And when I got to the meeting, I was surprised at how low the attendance at STEM was. So I think India really needs to grow its tech transfer community. And I think meetings like this help, and they form networks. Tech transfer is kind of a lonely business. There's nobody in your institution who really understands it. And some of your closest bonds are formed with your peers at other institutions. They're the ones that you can call up and say, hey, I've got this problem, can you help me solve it? I go on vacation with tech transfer people I've met. Andy Sirikowski from the University of Western Australia and Cengiz Tarhan from the University College London. We met at tech transfer meetings and the bio meetings and just got closer and closer friends. And now after 20 years of knowing each other, we go on vacation together. That's kind of an indication of what a personal and networking business technology transfer is.
What outcomes would you hope to see if institutions begin implementing these learnings consistently?
At the start of a tech transfer ecosystem, the power is very much on the company side. And I think events like this, we can show people, look, real value has been created from technology transfer. One of the stories I told in this case, in some of the talks, was Drew Weissman and Caitlin Carrico at the University of Pennsylvania, who invented the mRNA substitution, uridine, pseudouridine, that made the mRNA vaccines for COVID possible. They patented them, and Penn licensed them to a company in Wisconsin, which sub-licensed them to Moderna and BioNTech. And this has generated for Penn in 2022, $1.25 billion in royalty income, and they got the Nobel Prize. I think it's important for people to see that you can build real value from academic inventions when at the beginning, when companies are reluctant to take them on, it may be hard to see that and to be sure that this is going to be a viable long-term business.